My name is Talal Kududa, and this is my first podcast. I am here with Darren at Paul's Pastry and Coffee Shop. Hello, Mr. Darren Anthony. You are a colleague of mine and a teacher at the English Language Institute at University of Jeddah. We are going to discuss few essential factors which are beneficial for students when they give their final presentation at the end of the term. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi Talal, thanks for having me. My name is Darren Anthony. I'm an English language instructor at the University of Jeddah for the past 7 years, and prior to the University of Jeddah, I was an English language instructor at King Abdulaziz University.
Thank you for that brief introduction. As you know, we do presentations at the end of the term for the students to build self-confidence and enhance their language development. What are some positive outcomes can you think of having the group presentation at the end of the term?
Very interesting question, and there are several benefits or positives of having the students participate in group presentations at the end of the semester. From them is language development. Group presentations provide students the opportunity to practice and improve their language skills. They can enhance their vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation while preparing and delivering their parts of the presentation. Another positive and benefit of administering the group presentations at the end of the semester is it requires students to work together as a team. They learn how to divide tasks, delegate responsibilities, and coordinate their efforts to create a cohesive presentation. This promotes collaboration and also improves their interpersonal skills such as communication, negotiation, and compromise.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Darren. Here's another question. How do you think we can improve the student performance? Maybe you can give a few examples.
Is this regarding the presentations?
Correct.
Okay, so one of the ways for instructors to improve students' performance in group presentations, based off my own experience, would be to provide clear guidelines and expectations for the group presentations. This would include the topic, format, time limits, and assessment criteria to ensure the students understand what is required of them. Also, the instructor could help the students to select engaging and relevant topics that align with their interest and language proficiency.
Thank you very much. Okay, how do we prepare the students to produce engaging presentation? I think you mentioned few of these points.
Okay.
Can you elaborate?
First and foremost, I would suggest to my students, and I advise them with body language, and to speak slowly and clearly, to own the moment and not let the moment own them. Once they're administering a presentation in front of a group, it can be overwhelming for some students, so I encourage them to focus on one student in the classroom and to look at them like above their forehead, because to everybody else it will seem that he's maintaining eye contact with them, when in actual fact he's just looking above the forehead, so he doesn't feel overwhelmed. So I would say maintaining confident body posture, not to have your hands in your pockets, and to speak slowly and clearly, and to control the moment and not let the moment control you. There is no rush.
I completely agree. These are very crucial points you mentioned. Thank you for your input.
Welcome.
What are the essential takeaway that the students can extract from these group presentation and apply in the future?
Excellent question. Okay, as we know that group presentations, we've already established that they can be beneficial for the non-native students. even after they graduate from university. Group presentations provide opportunities for non-native students to practice and improve their language proficiency. Even after graduation, these students may need to communicate in English or another foreign language in their professional lives. So these presentations allow them to develop their speaking, listening and presentation skills, which are essential for effective communication in various professional settings. These group presentations often involve collaboration with individuals from diverse backgrounds. This exposure that the students receive to different cultures and perspectives helps the non-native students to develop cross-cultural communication skills in their post-university lives. The experience gained from these group presentations can help them navigate cultural differences and communicate effectively across borders.
Thank you. Lastly, any advice would you give to non-native students learning English language here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
Yes, as someone who is also learning another language myself, which is the Arabic language, I advise my students to set clear goals, create a study routine, practice listening and speaking, expand their vocabulary, and to also use technology and language learning resources, because by taking advantage of the language learning apps and online courses and other language exchange platforms, these resources will provide interactive exercises which will also enhance and improve their language skills.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted also to add an example of the use of technology. Now technology is available in different forms. Therefore, students can use what they find interesting and available. As you mentioned earlier, students can listen to podcasts and use YouTube. Remember, during COVID, the whole world switched to distance learning due to the virus. This was an eye-opener to many students, especially here in Saudi Arabia, because all the universities do not offer distance learning. Students use different platforms in order to continue the educational journey. Another example is the apps. Now you can have apps, speak to a live person maybe for 30 seconds, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, prior to beginning the podcast recording, we did speak about the importance of technology and YouTube and podcast. Like myself, who's learning another language, I go onto YouTube and regularly I watch Arabic cartoons, because those cartoons are often spoken in the classical Arabic, and it's the same that I advise my students, man. Listen to a podcast that you're interested in.
Yeah, whatever you're interested in.
Yes, and watch a series that aligns with their interest. And whenever they come across words that they do not understand, have a notebook ready, available, a pen and paper, and take notes. So yes, the benefits are wide and vast for
Sure.
students to take advantage of technology and online learning.
No doubt. I would like to end here and thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you and having you in my first podcast.
Feelings mutual. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.